I hope so. Should do.
Finish.
Normally. No, don't do that. No.
Why not?
Because that will mean that we finish it and then
That'll be we finished it.
it'll be like the shortest live stream we've ever done. I don't.
You don't.
What?
That's all right. The finish is gone. Oh no, that's
No,
it.
it's not. It's just because you moved off the
So we're
thing.
just waiting for people to come on, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon people have come on.
No, because it hasn't said anything yet.
Hasn't?
Well, it tells me we're live, but it would tell me if someone's watching.
So nobody's watching.
No one's watching us. Okay, well, thankfully, we just got an email letting us know that we're live.
Oh, did we? Oh, cool.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
It goes on to our. We don't normally have our email running while we're live, do we?
I don't know. I'll close it.
You could leave it there. It's not going to hurt anything.
That's fine.
Anyway. So we'll just start. Maybe
People alive, yay! Hey guys.
We've got Jake and we've got
Michael and Bob. Hey everyone.
Cool. Otherwise, I'm just going to start drinking. So, welcome to our office.
Our Friday office.
Our Friday office. It doesn't open until it's 11 o'clock Friday, so we've got to wait an hour before it actually opens. We mightn't wait. We'll see how we go. You'll see by the mess of my hair, we're in the worst lockdown in the world, and what we have, 15 cases?
Yeah.
15 cases out of 6 million people, and we're locked down to 22 hours a day, locked in our own homes.
Yeah, so
Only got supermarkets open, and thank God bottle shops are included.
I think people would riot otherwise. But that is why we're sorry if...
We haven't been doing much because
Yeah.
we can't really shoot. We can do a little bit of commercial stuff that Beck and I can do.
We can't really do
But
just
we can't get
fun
models
stuff,
in and
yeah.
any of that
It's
at
really
the moment. I've been going crazy just editing 24/7, catching up on stuff, finding stuff.
Yeah, at least you found a bunch of old stuff.
Yeah. I mean, getting onto that, finding shoots, these weren't commercial shoots, these were more my shoots. And I found, I think, 7 or 8 shoots. Because when I get busy, I might shoot 5 commercial shoots in a week. I might have 3 or 4 non-commercial shoots in a week. And a lot of the times if I do a shoot on a day for myself, I don't really want to look at those pictures for at least a week. I just want to let them bury and then look with them with fresh eyes. So when you're working with lots of models, like someone like Beck or Rara, who I shoot with a lot, it's really easy to forget an entire shoot. Well, an old assistant filed a whole heap of shoots in the wrong place, and
But that's kind of like a little Christmas
it was a little present. Yeah. That's why I've been doing some blogs. My blogs have been going up lately, because I've got all these shoots which were blog shoots. Anyway, we had a question from somebody asking how I do my file management, and I try and keep everything as simple as possible. So even when we had this issue come up where I found these shoots, it was really obvious that, hey, these don't have dots on them, why are they? And then open them up going, my God, I haven't seen this shoot for like 5 years. So with my drives, I have these drives I call portable drives. And this is one of my portable drives. So it's a 4 terabyte drive that I carry around. Now, what happens at the studio, if I'm shooting to a hard drive in the computer, in the studio. That will get backed up to the studio backup, which is every single picture, even the dud pictures will get saved into it. Then, you want to flick back rather than...
It's already flicked onto it.
Oh yeah, but you can see me in the bottom, yeah. I suppose.
Did you want to flick to you?
Oh, yeah, no, it's cool. I was just talking a bit. So that will be there. Then I'll be saved. That shoot will be saved onto my working drive, which is the one I carry around in my bag. That then comes back to my office and gets backed up to our main backup system in my office. But then when we delete pictures that we don't want, they'll get deleted on the backup as well here. But we still have always got the undeleted complete shoot down at the studio.
Yes.
So this is one of my what I call working drives. The yellow dots mean that this has been backed up to this is up to date, backed up to my yellow backup drive in my studio. So every time I get a new drive, I'll put a different color marking on that so I know what drive they're backed up to. The shots that I know there's a little bit in, so something like that, you'll see that everything to do with that shoot with Madeline, every single thing to do with her shoot is in this folder. Now it's got Madeline D8 because this is drive number 8, and because she's someone I shoot a little bit, she'll be on a couple of different drives, but my backup drive, yellow, holds about, I think about 20 terabyte, which is about 5 of these drives fit on. So I can't have Madeline, if I go D8, I know it's the backup is on drive 8. Also, the original's on drive 8. So then within here, if I go into my process file, anything with a green dot means this has been backed up 3 completely separate places other than just the 2 that we have it backed up to.
You're starting to hit red sometimes.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'll stop getting excited. I'm in a bar. So this just basically it's saying that these 3 files here are sitting on at least 5 drives as the finished folder. So everything to do with a job sits in its folder, and from there I can just find stuff really easily. So that's pretty much my system. It's my client name is what it's sorted in, and if I go into a shoot, so that's got a fair bit. If we come into the Hasselblad folder, you'll see built into the name of the file, which is Beck, and it's got a date backwards, then a serial number. I can always go to my diary, I can search Beck and that date, and it'll be able to find every single shot I shot with Beck on that date. So I don't need to do categorizing. I can just use the search engines within Apple to do all of that. Cool. So I hope that helps everyone and that answers his question.
I'm sure it does.
You're going to go back to our other screens? You have?
Yeah, it's a second.
You there? All right.
Hey.
Did we get any questions while I waved?
Everyone's just saying hi for
Hi.
now. Hello. Lucky, I think, is thinking of jumping onto the Fuji GFX system. Have you tried that system?
No, I haven't.
We've been getting asked this a lot recently.
A lot of yeah. I'm not a reviewer, so in fact I don't actually like playing with new gear that much because I've got to learn it.
Yeah.
It's like when you buy a new car, it's a pain in the arse, you don't know where any of the buttons are. Same with new cameras and things like that. While I'm happy with the camera I've got, I don't go running around playing with every other camera that comes out. And yeah, the Hasselblad, I love my H6 is my favourite camera of all, and I've got my Sony system, which is my second favourite system. I don't need to go looking at the moment because while I'm happy with those, and it's not an easy thing to do. If I wanted to play with a Fuji, I've got to find somewhere to rent it, and most of those places are a good hour and a half away. That's a 3-hour round trip to go pick one up, then a 3-hour round trip to take it back again.
Yeah.
And I'm
normally
too
get
busy.
a bit too busy.
I'm a bit too busy for that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that I'm a snob. It's just that I'm not really interested in reviewing stuff. If someone drops off something for me to have a play with, even at those times, there's stuff that's been dropped off that we never got around to even picking up because we're too busy.
Yeah.
And while we're in lockdown, no one's dropping nothing off.
Someone did say, I can't remember what video they commented on, but they did say if we're ever in Scotland that they had a Fuji that you could try out, but I guess
it's a bit longer than 3-hour round trip. And we're not allowed to leave Australia at the moment. We can't leave Melbourne.
Okay, well, I tried. 10 a.m, perfect time for a glass of Merlot. Yes, I agree. Now we'll. And Warren said, isn't it kind of early to hit the bar? We just thought it would be funny on a Friday to be streaming from the bar.
This is normally where we work on Fridays. See how the computers fit in here perfectly? Normally Bex just turn around and sitting on the seat that way.
Dwayne said, no model. If you've worked well with Beck, then then you should be a model for her. fun for all. At least no more excuses of missing models. Wait, I'm confused if you're trying to say that
You're the camera operator and I'm the not a model. Yeah, no, I tried to get her to do a bikini shoot with me once and she refused to walk in when I had a bikini on, so.
Oh my god.
Oh god. It wasn't a mankini, it was just a normal bikini.
Yuck, okay.
Yuck.
Don't need to... I forgot
Visuals?
mankinis existed.
It's lime green ones.
Warren said thank you for putting him on to smoking bourbon. Next level.
Yeah, smoking bourbon is friggin'... And if you get good bourbons, you don't need it. To make an old fashioned, I don't use sugar or anything. 2 good blends that complement each other and a bit of smoke and a bit of orange peel, that's all it needs. Might do one of them later. In fact, we've got the light tinge up in here. You'll see it's sort of like this is my old fashioned light setup because I've got the lights that I can run off my phone so I can just change them. And
Hughes?
Philip Hughes, yeah.
Hughes.
So I can
They're
do
cool.
things like, hey Siri, turn off bar lights.
It looks like you haven't set up any HomeKit apps.
Oh, what do you do?
You can connect smart devices like
Oh, that's your phone.
Mine.
Why is your phone answering my voice?
I don't know.
Hey Siri, show us all of Beck's dirty pictures.
Yuck.
Yuck. Oh, that Siri's working now.
I can't search for photos here. Sorry about that.
Oh my god.
Oh, guess what? Everybody that has an Apple device is going off now.
Sorry to everyone.
Yeah,
with
sorry.
Apple.
My wife was watching some crappy show and it started playing music because they
They
said...
said, sorry,
Anyway,
we
we should talk proper stuff.
We should.
Here we go.
Mariano wants to buy a medium format film camera. Which do you recommend? Mamiya RB67 or Mamiya RZ67?
They're both great. I've got the RB67, love it. They're both, yeah. Left hand, right hand. Yeah, both of them are going to do their job. So whichever one you can get in the best condition for the cheapest price. But yeah, I did have both for a while, but I've only got the RB67 and I have a Hasselblad 503.
Is that the film back?
Yeah. No, that's film camera.
Oh, cool.
No, that's that big film camera.
Yeah.
Now and then I put the Polaroid back on it.
Yeah, I'm familiar now. I had to use all 2 of my brain cells. Bob would like to know if you've thought any more about replicating your black and white process in Capture One.
I can't.
Capture One even said that to you, didn't they?
Yeah, I seriously, it's hard because it took me a long time to get close to my look in ACR. The problem is my black and white pictures are broken, and they're broken in a way to mimic some of the work which would happen in darkroom, where you over contrast things but then you fill in the blacks. It's this damage and undamage at the same time type of setup, and Capture One doesn't let you damage things. It'll let you over sharpen and over saturate and over contrast, but it doesn't. The way it works, its highlights and shadows, doesn't give me the flexibility I need to do what I want to do. Now, I could muck around with curves and that, but I tried, and because I can't single dot point curve, it takes so long for me to adjust the whole curve system. Whereas I don't really even need to go into curves in ACR, because by me using their blacks, their shadows, their whites, their highlights, I can do so much with those 4 sliders to replicate the feel I want. It's still not giving me the exact same thing I get out of focus with Hasselblad. And I don't think any program will. I have had people from Capture One say, "Oh, we'll get the guys to come out and talk to you, and we'll see if we can sort of build this into the program." Nobody ever rings me at all. And the IT guys, they've got their look. They don't want to have a Hasselblad look built into their system because they don't like Hasselblad. So.
Fair.
But yeah, it's ACR. Sorry, not ACR. Capture One is a good program. I used to use it all the time with the Canon, but that was 15, 20 years ago, and my look has developed in the last 15 years to the look that I can create with my Hasselblad. And if I'd stayed on my Canon, I might have created a version on Capture One, which would be my look, but it wouldn't be the same look that I've got now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Adobe, so it's not like I don't like Adobe a lot for what some of the stuff they do, but I can now. People don't say, oh, that's obviously a shot on your Hasselblad and that's obviously shot on your Sony, because I can get the tonality of my black and whites very similar.
I need to sneeze, but it's not like happening. It's okay, I think it's going away now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You're doing
On toothpick.
No, thanks.
So I hope that answered. I get lots of people. It took us at least 10 times to get our Sony to tether properly.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
And yeah, finally, I think it was more the updating of with the new Catalina, everything seems to run fine on it. But even then, my files on the screen just don't look like my files, do they?
No, it's like, I don't know, it looks really sharp. I don't know.
Even when I unfocused, it was sharp.
Yeah, it was really sharp.
And the sharpening turned off. Anyway.
Warren, how does one pick two complementary whiskies?
No, complimentary bourbons. All right, so if that's my bourbon rack, so I'll have some like single farm bourbons. So there's going to be bourbons which are sweet, and there's going to be those rye bourbons. So I'm normally looking to mix a sweet bourbon with a rye. So it might be a blended bourbon. It might be something like your Forester. That's one of my sweeter bourbons. And I would mix that most likely the Chance one, which I picked up. It's a single blend.
Did you get that in America?
That was in America. My really good American bottle, my son-in-law and I finished.
Of course you did.
Oh, it was so nice. So that was in Orlando, remember that? Oh, I've got to get back there.
Yes. Greg from Canada has said he's just started sorting through 23 years of photos because until now he's not deleted a single photo, but at 56,000 photos it's too much. He started sorting them, but he's a bit of a procrastinator.
You don't need, so I don't know what you're shooting, if it's landscapes and things like that. Although if it's something that you just want to, I would be sort of creating a folder or some filing system that as you're going through them, the photos that really pop out, they're important to you, have it saved into another place as well for easy access to work on it another day. So quite often if I'm waiting for something to happen, I'll jump onto a drive and go in and pre-mark photos for editing in the future.
Helps. But I guess you kind of sort as you go. So
I do it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Jay wants to know if you are still evolving in your niche in technology, or is it diminishing returns with the amount of quality time invested?
I don't sit still, so it's not like this is the way I do it, because every single picture I edit I don't have an action set which actually puts, all it does is put all the layers that I'm going to work on, but doesn't change the picture. I still have to physically change every one of those layers to how I want it to work.
That's another question you get asked a lot is, do you have presets available?
Presets, and yeah, I don't, every single picture is handled as an individual. Even when I do, like on my blog, my blog's one of those places where I will put 6 or 7 pictures from one shoot up in a series. I don't even do the first picture and then copy and paste those settings onto the other. I still treat every single picture, start from square one, edit it, start the next one from square one, edit it. And that does evolve. I love the halo effect that I on some pictures, and then other pictures I really don't want that halo effect because that's not the look I'm trying to get. Some pictures I want to have a vignetting, and it might be a very small and very soft vignette out from the centers, and others I might do the other way where I actually get it to go lighter towards the outside. So pretty much every picture I just treat on its own merit. And
editing has really changed. I made a comment the other day. I was trying to find a photo for
Oh
something.
yeah, that's right.
And I was like, oh, in 2015, I think you seem to be really heavy on like really, really like plasticking
Over
skin,
dodging and burning
Yeah.
imperfections off the skin, and
which I love, but
which I don't. I really, and I was really, that last blog I did, I think the editing for the entire blog, and even the blog for Dommies, I think the editing for that, and I think that was 12 pictures, I think I did that in an hour and a half. So
yeah.
my editing has come right down because I actually like real. So I'm only taking off, pretty much I'm now only taking off what bothers me,
Little bits.
little bits.
Where am I? Warren. So the RZ is lighter, has more electronics, has auto wind backs, and the RB is fully manual.
Yeah. I don't,
Just depends.
it'll be what you like. Mine's fully manual, I like it.
What do you think about editing on an iPad?
Ooh, I've got the latest one. I should try one day. So I've got the pencil and everything. I use a Wacom. I know some artists that are using it a fair bit now. So
That's what my boyfriend's. Oh, is he? I think he's got. I think
tablet.
He was
He's
thinking.
an anti-Apple.
No, he was actually thinking about getting an iPad, but I think he's using a Wacom. But he doesn't do photography. He does drawing stuff. So.
Yeah,
But he finds it really handy.
I know. I haven't tried. So I will give it a try. I did find that the Wacoms with the screen on it, I found it hard because the pencil would be where you put the pencil over to work on is blocking what you're working on. So I found it for retouching purposes. I found it annoying because I couldn't see the spot I was working on.
Wouldn't the iPad be the same by that
Most
now?
likely, yeah.
You may still give it a go though.
I think for broad, just general editing would be fine. But as soon as you want to be really picky, dodge and burn out a pimple, I think I'd find it annoying.
Face tuning on my phone's fine.
So everyone who sees pictures of Beck and she looks really skinny, she's really not that skinny.
So rude.
So rude.
Tell them my secrets. What do you think is the most important factor during one of your shoots as far as your camera settings go?
Camera settings aren't important. Lighting's important, but not important. The way the model is feeling is the most important thing. That has the biggest change in the photo will be based on how the model feels. If you have very ordinary light, you shoot with an iPhone, but the model is feeling amazing, incredible, those pictures they're going to look amazing.
Yeah.
You have the amazing lights, you got really technical with your camera, so set up a thing to get a certain look and spend hours doing it, and the model's sitting there bored, your picture's going to look like crap. So I'm very much to me, the subject is the most important thing, and then anything else that I can improve around that, I will. But in the studio, if I'm shooting with lights, I'm f8. I shoot at 160th of a second for all you guys. If I'm shooting commercially, I'm normally 320th of a second because mine's a leaf shutter, so I can sync right through my full range. And by shooting at 320th of a second, doesn't take blur out, it cuts down ambient light, which means we have a very bright studio. It just means it takes out all of the ambient light at that. And I shoot everything at that with flash. So my camera settings aren't that important. They're the same for every shoot. When I'm shooting with natural light, on the Hasselblad in the studio, I go straight to ISO 800 because I like the effect, the grainy type of effect that I get. It's not like noise, it's like an emulsion grain.
Kind of like film?
Kind of like film. And I will then set I'd like to have my shutter speed sitting around about 160, 125th to 160. If I can get 200, I'm happy. And depending on the field, on the Hasselblad, I quite like shooting around the sort of 6.3, 5, anywhere between 4 up through to about 7.1. I like that sort of area with natural light. If I'm going for that super shallow, then I'll come down to my 2.8s. But it's I rather do that super shallow work on the the Sony and throw an Otis, 1.4 on.
It's nice.
It's that bokeh look, but I don't normally do that in the studio anyway. That's when I'm trying
More
to
like outside.
outside.
Yeah.
Whereas with the medium format, I'm going to get that shallow depth of field quite easily in the studio.
I love shallow depth of field. It's my fave.
Your fave.
It's my fave. Apparently we should try some brown sugar bourbon sometime if we can. That sounds delicious. I love brown sugar. It's like kind of caramel. Imagine that, like caramel bourbon. How good would that be?
Caramel bourbon.
That sounds so good.
We'll try. I'll put it in my got to try.
Got to try list. Rick says he knows this is a tricky question to answer, but can you give us some insight into how much a photographer with a solid portfolio and experience can expect to charge dollar-wise for a shoot?
If you're good, you can charge whatever you like. If you have a distinct look the clients want, they'll pretty much pay whatever you charge, because there's photographers out there that were charging up to 80,000 a day.
Whoa.
And I think
that's like Lindbergh.
I think Terry Richardson, at his sleazy peak, was charging that. But anyway, it is hard. I get told a lot by my commercial customers I'm the most expensive photographer in Australia, but they're not talking about agency photographers, they're talking about per hour for me. But I can get a lot done in an hour.
Yeah.
And they always say, well, per hour you're most expensive, but at the end of the day you get everything done so quick and you get the looks we want really easy. It means that we only need to book you for half a day instead of 2 days, so everybody else's fee is a quarter based on that. But in Australia at the moment, what am I, 2.5 a day? Is that, or we 3? I can't remember. What we went just, I think it doesn't matter. We're around about 3 a day for just me shooting, and then there's the extras, so the cost of the photos and studio hires and things like that. But that's just the sort of starting point. And
It's 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's non-artistic in the way of I'm not spending time
Being an art director.
art director. As soon as I'm the art director, it's 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be where you fit into. There's lots of guys running around in Australia, between 1,000, 1,200 a day. I'm talking Aussie dollars. And they seem to be making a living, but they always seem to have to undercut each other. They're always, it's all about the dollars, whereas I don't want to have those. If a client says, oh, well, such and such does it for this price, say, oh, why are you talking to me then?
Yeah. You're not going to like haggle.
I don't haggle. This is my price. This is what I do. And, good luck going into Porsche and saying, well, I can buy a BMW for this.
Oh no, sorry, you keep going.
No, I think that's you've got to be comfortable with what you're charging.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable, your client's going to pick up on it. And I straight out, someone asks them a rate, I just spit it off straight in their face without even blinking. They can see, oh, well, he's comfortable.
Yeah.
One thing is, the higher your price is, the more your client will let you do what you want to do. The cheaper your price is, the more the client wants to take control. Well, if they're charging you a lot, well, I'm paying you this much money.
Well,
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust you. But if I'm not paying you very much money, oh, can you do this? Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rick did follow on saying, example, for a well-known fashion label, a private client who wants portraits, there is a bit of fluff, in your studio, lookbook shoot, etc. I know it's tricky because each shoot is different. But you don't...
No, we have a set price.
It's just
it doesn't matter if we're shooting a private client or a commercial client.
the same price.
The difference is, a commercial client, there'll be a usage on the photos.
Yeah.
Whereas a private client, they're going to pay per retouch.
Yeah.
So they pay the shoot rate, whatever that we said, so it might be studio hire, hair, makeup, whatever, all of those, my rate, and then they'll pay per the retouching time on each image.
However many images they would like.
Whereas the commercial client will be paying, they might only want one image.
But they'll pay usage.
Yeah, so if they're going to stick it on double-decker buses in London and bus stops and trains and things like that, they're going to pay a lot of money.
Yes. But I know other people do charge differently
Yeah.
for different things, but it's just everyone's different. It's how.
And so it's private portrait studios, like if you add up their rates, they're so much higher than me because
Yeah.
they do that whole upsell that, there's, the shoot was, that didn't, in fact, here's a gift voucher that covered the cost of your shoot, but this 8x10 is going to cost you $2,000.
Yikes.
And if you don't buy it, we're going to put it in the rubbish bin. You'll never see it again. Anyway.
Dwayne needs to upgrade his Mac. People have said he can do everything on an iPad Pro. Is this true to a point, or should he go with something more everything?
Oh,
And he appreciates your humour.
I've got the latest iPad Pro. It's cool. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm still. Yeah, I have so much happening on my, especially when we travel.
Yeah.
I'll have 10 friggin' windows open. I'm editing video, and I just don't think
For
I could.
editing video, it's a bit like, I mean, I think iPads have iMovie, but I couldn't imagine editing an Inspire episode on an iPad on iMovie.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I don't think you can put Final Cut Pro through it. And yeah, I just don't know. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I don't think I'm not comfortable going. I like my main big computer, so even working on a laptop, I find annoying. Going down that next size smaller. I don't know. I know that Hasselblad's X2 now will tether through to the iPad, and it's supposed to be
Really?
incredible
That's
quick.
cool.
And because it's on USB-C, it's all of that. But I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I don't think I want smaller and smaller screens to work on.
But to a point, the iPad Pros are pretty good, especially that case you've got with the
The iPad.
laptop-y.
Yeah, I've got the one with the whole. It's it is really good, and I use it as a second screen when we travel. So quite often it'll sit there, and I have a program that makes it a second screen.
So that's handy.
Except I get confused because I can touch that screen, but I can't touch
Then
this
you start
screen.
trying to,
And I
like,
start-
tap on Yeah.
So I hope that helped. But yeah, I'm not comfortable to do that yet. I'm not saying it's not doable, but I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, but it just depends.
Someone highlighted me orange to match our lights.
That's cute.
Or is that the Hasselblad orange button?
No, I think that just happens when someone like ats you.
Oh,
I don't know. That's blood orange. Oh my gosh. Warren said if you could photograph any 5 people in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
dead or alive. Well, Kate Moss would have to be one of
I was
them.
going to say, if you don't say Kate first,
No,
someone would have to
Kate
check your
is
temperature.
definitely. Kate Moss is absolutely 100%. I don't know, some of the models that I like, and some of the Uma Thurman back in the days of Pulp Fiction, really liked her look. It's really hard. There's so many. I'd love to have photographed Jimi Hendrix.
Interesting.
I'd love to have photographed him.
I never expected you to say that.
Yeah, I know, but he's got a look that I'd really enjoy shooting his look. There's so many people. It's like Vrishka.
What about Adriana?
Oh yeah, Adriana Lima. In fact, but so many people shot her so amazing. The pressure would be so on. But yeah, no, Adriana Lima, I really, really like her look, especially back in the days when she did that Pirelli calendar with Peter Lindbergh. There's lots of people. Gemma Ward in her day. I'd even shoot Gemma Ward now. I still think she's amazing. I don't know, there's so many people that I would love to shoot. Yeah, it'd be really hard for me to narrow it down. But Kate Moss would definitely be number one. And Kate Moss round about between her 18 to 24 period, where she was that twig, that fashion twig. Yeah.
Love her. Well, I still love her now. William would like to know how many hours you set aside to edit a photo set.
I don't. It takes what it takes. If I'm working with a commercial client, they're going to set a budget, which is a time. We charge $2.20 an hour for retouching. So they'll just say, hey, we've allowed this much money for retouching.
Yeah.
And I will then retouch to that time. When I'm doing my own work, I love it when I knock something over in 2 or 3 minutes, but I'm not going to do that just to get it done. If it needs more work, it's going to get more work. Sometimes what can take me the longest is the final toning of my picture, where I get the depth of where I want the contrast in the picture and where I don't want the contrast, where I want to lighten and dodge and burn the overall global feel of it. That I can play around with for an hour.
Yeah.
If it's that sort of, especially if it's my series work, where stuff that's in just the white cyc, which is brought back to 18% grey, and get those beautiful tonings. And Becca's seen me do work where I tone she sees the before and after,
I love the before
and she just goes, my God, she's exactly the same, but the toning has changed the whole feel of that picture. So it's like art. It's sometimes you take it to a point and you need to let it sit for a bit and then come back and finish it off.
RB67SD is the one to get, apparently.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm not too sure about any of this stuff. I'm just reading of the questions.
Well, I hope that helps the person that asked.
Eduardo, Peter, would you say it's a good or a bad idea to include all RAW files of a shoot as part of a rate package? Should one give away RAW files or keep them since they're unfinished products?
It's going to go with the deal you said. I've got clients that I work with, commercial clients that have their own graphics team. They only want the RAW.
Yeah.
So, and we've just got a deal with when we work with them, and because of the high turnover of what they do, you know that half of those in a year's time are going to go in the rubbish bin. And in 5 years' time, the entire shoot's gone, because it's always what's happening today. It's not what they did yesterday. They're never looking for old work to repost. They're only putting the very latest because they're so on trend with fashion. So they never want to show people old stuff. So with those companies, I have got no problem at all giving them the whole lot. A lot of my companies don't want the RAWs because they don't know what to do with them. They're big files. And I just say, I've always going to have them archived. They're here as you need them. And yeah, normally with working with models and things like that, no, I'm not going to, because then somebody could get hold of that file and then make t-shirts out of it.
Which has happened.
And yeah, so things like that, yeah, I'm very careful. Even with magazines, when we do stuff for magazines, we pretty much only give them the file size that they need to print for the magazine.
Yeah.
So it can't be on-sold as art later on or something.
Yes. When are we coming to New York? As soon as we can.
We would be there now if we were allowed out of our house.
Trust us, once we can get out of this country, we are gone. But no, we are stuck.
Oh, we're serious about that. As soon as we can get out, we'll most likely be out of Australia for 6 months.
I don't know what Jared's going to do with the cats and how to cook.
He might cook the cats.
Lockdown's turned me into such a little housewife. That's fun facts, guys. Logan says, if I like caramel, I should try Southern Comfort. I would, but Peter drinks it all and doesn't let me have any of it.
We've got some Southern Comfort 100 behind her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but this is
deadly.
This is one of.
I love that one. That's cinnamon.
That's cinnamon. Oh yeah, there you go.
I love Captain.
So what's this called?
Rum?
No, don't you have a name for it?
Captain. Well, Morgskis.
Oh, don't you call it Dunbix?
Oh no, that's Kraken.
Oh, Kraken.
Kraken's got it. But that's when I mix it like 50% Kraken and then 50% lemonade.
Oh.
And then lock myself out of hotels in Switzerland in my pajamas at like 3 a.m.
Didn't you get hit on by a Garbo in New York at like that time as well, after some Kraken?
No, I don't know. I don't. No, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what happens? But I do quite like Southern Comfort. It's alright. It is a bit too. It's like, I don't know. I'm just going to stop talking.
Is it 11 o'clock yet? No.
15 minutes. Kevin would like to know which comes first, the shoot concept or the model?
Yeah, 50-50. I have a whole storyboard of stuff that if I have a dream or a nightmare, if I see a movie, if I see something happening in the street, that makes me think of a shoot, I have got folders I write stuff in or take a snapshot and things like that. And then I'll be waiting for the right model to come along to do that concept. But then I will get into a shoot with a model and all of a sudden I'll go, oh my God, you're going to suit this perfect. And then I will grab one of the concepts I already pre-had. Or like with Domi, like we were shooting stuff. She did some stuff with us for Inspire, and I said I'd do some stuff for her pay-per-view site.
Yeah.
And while we're doing that, we started doing an area on a concrete wall, and then I came up, oh my God, let's throw a prop in that has no sense, and then gave her a shovel.
Classic paper.
So fine art mood with shovel. It's those things are just spur of the moments, and it's things like Lizzie.
Oh yeah.
We were doing a dance shoot, and she pulled a pose and go, oh my God, my tripod series.
Yeah.
And it seems like just some of my favourite stuff evolves, but then one of the pictures that mean the most too that I took with Anne, that was fully concept out for a couple of years before I even met Anne. And when I met Anne, I thought, you're the perfect model to do this. So yeah, it's a bit of both.
Yes.
I try not to force anything. So it's whatever comes easiest.
Just let it flow.
It flows.
Flows like the river. Dave said he loves the t-shirts, yes. I think that I'm hilarious copying Peter's idea.
Oh, yeah, I had a thought last night that I was going to get a t-shirt printed with you upside down on it. So upside down back.
I feel like this is going to become such a running joke with us. Oh gosh. Daniel is sorry if we've already answered a question like this, but can you give a brief rundown of your file management or archival system?
Yeah, we did before. I'll just very quickly show again. So this, if I take that one off, there's my drive 8. That's what I call a working drive. This has already been backed up in the studio when I'm shooting. Then it comes on this. This is the drive I carry around in my bag. Every job is just under the actual client's name. So, remember that? 2 girls, 1 mic? Never heard back from them, did we?
I think they were happy with the photos.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't need anything retouched
No,
or
yeah,
anything.
they were just happy with it.
Oh, that's right. They just had, that's straight out of camera. That was just
The
better
one
be
they
careful.
selected.
No.
Oh, yeah. I would get rid of that before it gets bigger, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, I did that. But yeah, so basically everything to do with a shoot sits in their folder. So every single thing to do with that shoot is in that folder. I'm just trying to think of one of the bigger folders. I think Rara's is massive. Yeah. So because this is a couple of Inspire episodes, I'd say this is most likely 6 shoots in here. So the triple F file, that's my Hasselblad folders. We've got 2 different raw files because it just is 1800 in one and 2000 in the other. I think it was about four shoots, but that's also, we did the Jeans Inspire, we did a YouTube, we did 2 different exposure ones. Even in here, there's digis here for her agency overseas. So everything to do with Rara, oops, let's minimize that. Everything to do with Rara is sitting in that folder. Rosanna, I think this was the older one. So this had an interview for Inspire in there, a mentoring session, and there was a shoot. I think that was the first pre-shoot for the magazine, but I didn't like her styling at all. Remember the first one we did with
I wasn't listening, sorry.
That's right. But yeah, pretty much it all sits in there, and I just back them up like crazy. I think that's the shortest, simpler, because I've already done this earlier on. So if you looked back at the start of this,
if you just scroll back, and then you can jump back and join us.
Yeah.
Bobby wants to know if you can be a moderator. I'm not too sure what that is. I'm sorry. Ed says it looks like Beck has a Peter t-shirt and Peter's got Beck. Yes, that is our funny joke. Do you charge a fee to retrieve files from your archives if a client requests one?
Nah, we're not like that. We have repeat clients. Like on that screen before, you would have seen things like Active Creatures. I've been shooting them for 10 years. Birch, I've been shooting that company for nearly 15 years at least. So a lot of my clients, because they just love the easygoing way we are, simple pricing. They don't even ask for quotes these days. They just turn up and say, no, that the price is going to be the same, and if it's not, I would let them know. I'd say, hey, my rates have changed, or things have changed. So they never have to worry about that. There's no surprises. I'll do the extra bit of yards, and I don't charge them. If we go an hour over, whoopie-doo, I don't care. So
pretty easy going.
I try. The only time we charge people is when they become pains. So we've had a couple of pain clients, and I found out from someone overseas. So we now have a new fee that we charge for someone who's going to be pain. It's called production cost. So we charge an hourly rate for all the lead up time crap.
If they want us to run around and
find this and find this and what about this and I'm changing my mind to this and need another meeting. So we call that production costs, and they're charged out an hourly rate for that.
But that's case by case. That's not for everyone.
No, with the people that we see are going to be a lot of work, like more hours spent before the shoot, in the shoot.
For sure.
Yeah.
Russia is watching. I want to go to Russia.
St. Petersburg.
I like the cool buildings. They're really cool. Best doco you've both watched recently?
Doco? Food. What is it? Barbecue. It's on Netflix. There's a barbecue one, and it was a couple one. There's an old lady in America doing barbecue. She was in the 80s. She was incredible. There's a couple. Mine's been more about food.
Yeah, that's what you watch. I don't think they were.
Chef's Table is like, if I find it too fluffy, it's a little bit like that master class series. It's all about perfect lighting, perfect sound, and pretty boring slow talking. Whereas Chef, the movie that was made into the series, I do enjoy watching that too.
I don't think it was very recently, but I kind of lost track of time with this whole year, but I watched the Lil Peep documentary on Netflix. That was really good. He was a rapper and he died, and it was really sad.
You watched half of Weinstein. Oh no, Epstein.
Yeah, but I don't know, that it's kind of gross.
It is gross.
I don't like that, but I thought the Lil Peep one was interesting. Best photo you've ever taken?
I haven't taken it yet.
Why not? Why haven't you done
why
that?
not?
Why?
If you take the best photo ever, why would you take another photo?
Yeah, I guess.
You've always got to be hunting. It's like when I'm racing in the car. I'm always trying to get that perfect lap. It's like a golfer always wants that perfect score. They'll never get it, because if they get it, they know they can do better.
I think a hole-in-one would be pretty satisfying. I don't know how they do that.
I nearly that far on a par 4. So it's supposed to be 4 shots to get in the hole, and it was a short par 4, but land on the green, bounce, and they said it only needed one more turn. It was going to drop in the hole.
Damn. James would like to know what format you use for your Sony camera: 3.2, 4.3, 16.9.
I just have it in the standard, straight out of the box, which is. Must be 16.9, I think.
Will it tell me on the back here? Oh, I need to flick it because I need to change my battery.
You need to change the battery. So have you worked this out to work now? So is that
Yeah.
Apple camera. I just use so this is going to sound really bad, because I don't even look, if we're doing video, we're just in standard, whatever the standard.
I don't know what it is. Will it tell me on here?
Yeah, maybe grab my Sony out and then I can tell you.
Okay, let me flick it back to that.
You flick it back. If you grab my Sony out of the bag, I can see on the back. Sure. Because I really don't flick that stuff around. I just shoot it in. I shoot it in the same format. That bag. While you're doing that, greetings from Colorado. Thanks, Patrick. We can't go anywhere at the moment, so we'd love to be there right now. Anything to get out of where we are. Anywhere but where we are. The most locked down city in
it's
the
the most
world
livable
for
city.
20 cases
I
out of
can't
6 million people.
I can't get over all these number plates lying to me. I can't really drive around, but when I drive to work, all these number plates, like Victoria, the place to be.
We used to be called the most livable city in the world. We're the most unlivable city in the
I
world
think
now.
it's really the place to be, but sure. Sure, number plate, if that's what you say. Derek says most of your work is shot on flat, minimal backdrop / background. When do you feel like a backdrop / wall is important in a shoot? Do you have control in that decision when hired?
Yes and no. When I'm hired, the pre-production's decided that. The one thing I do point out, if we're very busy backgrounds, we have to have very plain foregrounds, and vice versa. Very busy foregrounds, we want fairly plain backgrounds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they tend to blend too much. Aspect ratio 3.2. Do you ask? Yeah. There we go.
Do you want me to take that?
Yeah. Sorry, it might sound really dumb, but I just don't even look at that. It's not something.
What does it even do?
It's the different ratios of what you're recording in.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
So what was the second question I started?
Sorry.
Background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we make some of our backdrops, and even when I'm making the backdrops, I normally squint or take an out of focus picture to see if it's going to work, because a lot of the times I don't want the backdrop to be sharp, drawing you off the model or the product you're shooting. But again, it comes down to, this is a style thing. I know this sounds like a cop-out, but really, you guys, if you want to get good at your craft, you need to start to realize that people are going to book you for what you do, not what somebody else tells you to do. So you need to look at a picture and go, what don't I like about it, or what do I like about it, and then fix it. Don't let somebody else tell you what they don't or do like about it, because then you're never going to develop your own style.
Yeah. I guess that's part of why you also don't critique work.
Yeah, that's why I won't critique work. A commercial client, yeah, whatever they want, I'll do. I still give my 5 cents worth. I still say, oh, to me it's really busy, that's not annoying you, or this looks really bland and flat. And I've had plenty of clients come in the first test shoot. They go, oh, that's amazing. No. Give me another 15, 20, then it'll be amazing. So there's things like that where I need to educate my client just because of my experience and their lack of experience. But then there's other times where my clients just say, whatever you think, you do what you think will look good. You
do you, boo. Sorry, millennial speak.
You millennials, you wotes.
You woke.
Or whatever that word is.
Terrence says, hi guys, hope you're both well and we get released, me too. From the ISO soon. His question is...
2 minutes we get released. The bar opens.
Oh, true. His question is, what has been your favourite location to shoot so far, and where is a must-do location too?
I know there's a beach, a really special beach to me that I've done a few shoots and a few videos down on. Sandy Point. Really like working down there. There's just something about the big flat space and the very shallow ocean that comes into it means there's not big breakers, but so you can shoot in the water without getting dumped. Nobody goes there. It's isolated. It's very windy. Cool. It's just got such a beautiful feel about the place. I love shooting there. I really enjoy shooting in the streets of Paris at night, Pigalle, especially that rainy night I had with Erica. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed shooting those streets. Gothic town in Barcelona at night time. Friggin' that's just. The problem is it's just visual vomit. Just too much. I want to shoot down. I want to shoot down. I want to shoot everywhere. It draws me to places I would say that also I do really enjoy shooting in my own studio space because
You know it.
I know it and we can do anything there. I don't have to worry about who's behind me or who's
Yeah.
watching or some policeman's going to kick us out of here or some drunk guy's going to say something inappropriate to the model and
Some security
stuff
guard.
the shoot.
Some security guard kick us out of these.
These lands.
Oh, too funny. But where's a must-do location? I don't think you answered that part.
Well, my beach would be my must.
No, but like somewhere you haven't shot.
Oh, I haven't shot.
Yeah.
Oh, Russia. I want to get to,
The snow.
no, I want to get into those whole towns like in Chernobyl, just empty. Some of that derelict, I've got a couple of books of these shoots in old massive factories which are completely, just that beautiful decay. Somewhere it's just decayed. A shoot on the moon
Rad.
would be cool, but I can't see. We can't get out of
I don't know
Melbourne,
how
so I don't know how we're going to get there.
Well, let's just hop on
It'll
a
be a bit
rocket
hard for the
casually.
model to do implied nude on the moon too, I think.
Maybe. Oh my god.
It's a bit hard to hide the space shoot with crossed legs.
Oh my god. Max said if we come to Russia, they can show me how to drink for real. Yeah, I can't do straight vodka, so I don't know how I'd go with that. But it's 11:01. Speaking of, I might have a vodka.
Oh, you might have a vodka.
I have a vodka. I don't know what I'm going to mix it with though.
What do you want?
I don't know. What kind of mixes do you have?
We've got soda.
I could have a vodka lime soda. I feel like that's a responsible.
Well, we've got real lime,
Okay. I'll have one.
or we've got squirty, crappy lime.
No, I like real lime.
Yeah,
Fancy.
well, you can be bar.
Bar wench.
I was going to say bar bitch, but I think everyone would accuse me of being nasty to you. You can be bar
Wench.
bar person. Oh no, that's got a son. Bar. I can't say man. Bar manage.
Oh my
manage
god,
woman?
it doesn't
I don't know.
matter.
Well, you can be the bar. My glasses, and my drinks in there. If you fill that
Yeah.
up, in the freezer door is some good vodka.
Alright,
There should be lime in the fridge,
alright.
and the soda. You know where the soda water is.
Yes.
Cool. I'll try and read the next question. Hey, where'd we get down to?
I think I just read Max's saying that in Russia, they'd show us how
Max.
to
Yeah,
do-
cool. What kind of music?
I like psytrance.
Sorry.
I like psytrance.
Yeah, Beck's into psytrance. That would be her favourite. What would be your second favourite? EDM?
No, not EDM.
Old Mouse.
Old Mouse.
Yeah, but
or-
that's EDM.
Yeah, but I also like
Dub?
This is called. I'd probably say
emo.
yeah, but it's not really
Emo.
emo. It's called. I think it's called like metalcore. I don't know. There's a band called Bring Me the Horizon. They're my favorite band, and I like old like metal from the early 2000s.
Yeah, bring me like chick flick bands. I like all types of music. I'm not a big fan on country and western. I can handle Willie Nelson or Johnny Cash, but yeah, my CD collection is massive. And being an old muso, I love music, so I listen to old bands I grew up with: Pink Floyd, Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Ozzy Osbourne, bands like Rush. Absolutely loved Rush for a long time. Yeah, not the green one. You'll hate that. In fact, they should give me you a shot out of that green one, and then we can watch your face. I do love electro, dubstep. I do really like trancy house music to edit to, because the songs seem to be just a repetitive thing. So if I'm editing on my own, I quite often will be running techno or house to edit to. Psytrance, I like dub. I just like music, I like sound. So I hope that helps, and didn't really help, but pretty much anything except hardcore country and western, like Keith Urban or the Dixie Chicks, who are now just called the Chicks. I've lost my spot. Sorry. Reading is not one of my talents.
That's what I'm for.
That's what Beck's for. But now she's
Trying out
spot?
hospitality.
I'm just going to jump to an.
Whoop. Did exactly what my mother would do. Too much.
Would you go through your live camera setup? Cameras, lenses. Are you talking? So, Sean, if you're talking about the live cameras we've got set up now, we're running an A7 R2. On that is we normally run a couple of different types of lenses when we're doing this type of stuff. It'll either be Zeiss Batis, and we normally do 25 is normally the one we do for our live streams. But at the moment we're running a Sony 24 to 70. We just got it coming out into HMI into what's our program we're using?
eCamm Live.
eCamm Live. We're running through a little decoder unit, which is, it's called an Ultra Studio multi recorder. So it's a little box that you bring your HMI into, and then it comes into the computer in a way that makes the computer think it's the computer's camera. In the studio when we're doing this, we're quite often running through a TV presenter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Something like that.
these are by Blackmagic.
Yeah, I think it's called the ATEM TV presenter.
The ATEM. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think on previous, have we put this in description?
Yep, it's all in the description and on the previous live, so we'll have it all in the
Yeah,
description.
on all the previous, it's in our descriptions, and Beck, once we finish
No, it's already in there.
Oh, it's already in there, is it?
Yep.
Right, so it's already in the description below. So if that's what you're talking about, our live streaming, it's not an easy thing to set up. We've had many hours of Beck crying and shaking and falling apart.
I would never do that. I would never stress. When would you ever see me stressed?
I don't know. I think
We would. Logan, I know I told you before, but I totally love your point of view on things. I shoot for me. People like it. They hire/shoot with me. They don't. What? They don't. They won't. I'm good either way. I don't ask for critiques.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, serious guys, don't ask for critiques. It's the worst thing you can do. You should be critiquing your own work, and if you're not sure how to critique your own work, find the favourite pictures you like in the style that you're shooting. Your favourite photographers, create a folder, start throwing some of your favourite pictures into that folder. If they stand out as this looks amateur compared to these other pictures,
Or it doesn't fit at all.
or it doesn't fit at all, that's going to train your eyes. So then when you get into the studio or you get out on location and you're looking on the back of the camera what you've done, going, this is not feeling like a Peter Lindbergh shot, or this is not feeling like, an Annie Leibovitz shot. You've already trained your eye to critique what you're trying to do. And it's only you can do this. If you just want to be a commercial photographer that pushes buttons, you just got to do all the technical shit and learn how to get everything perfect.
Yeah.
But if you want to be an artist, nobody else can tell you what's right and wrong, because your horrible wrongness could be the reason you become a super world famous photographer.
Yeah. One man's trash is another man's
Treasure.